Hey, beautiful people, welcome to Talk with IJ. I'm so glad you're here. This is a safe place for women who are done pretending, women who are tired of patterns that look like love but leave you drained, confused, or questioning your worth. Today, we're going to be talking about something real. Yes, very, very real. So, if you've ever looked at a relationship, romantic, or even a friendship, and then you thought, how did I end up here again? Then this video is for you. Why do we keep attracting the wrong people? And how do we break that cycle? So, this includes the men who leave us confused, but also the friends who leave us drained. The friends, the men that use you and disappear when you need them the most. So, this isn't just a dating conversation, it's a healing conversation. So, let's be real. Let's get right into it. Let's talk about the repeated patterns. So, some people only call you when they need something from you. Has that ever happened to you? I had a friend in the university then. I was only good for when she needed me for something. Some relationships only exist when you're doing the reaching out. You've been the safe space for people who are chaos, like they are chaotic. The cheerleader for friends who go quiet when it's your turn to win. So you're always present, but then when it's your turn for them to celebrate you, they go quiet on you. You're the one who gives love, but then you receive silence. Does this sound familiar? You thought that was love, you thought it was loyalty, but now you're realizing that it's a cycle. Same story, different faces. That's different people, but now you're tired. So let's look at where these patterns come from. Many of us grew up watching love that looked like struggle. Maybe your first example of love was someone who only showed you affection when you performed well. So maybe you learned to chase, to beg, to fix, to prove love to those people. So now, when you meet people that don't require all of that, you don't trust it. You meet a man who is very serious about relationship and he doesn't require you to perform or to do something extra. So you begin to feel that there's something wrong with that relationship. There's something wrong with this person. Why is there no need for me to be extra? Why is there no need for me to fix this person or to show that I deserve this love? Is because you have been accustomed to repeated cycles. You've been a safe place for chaotic people. You have been the one giving love, but you have never received love. So your definition of love is tied to you thinking that you have to be there for people. People don't actually have to be there for you. So when people are being there for you and they don't require anything from you or they don't need you to be extra, and when someone pulls away or treats you poorly, you begin to overfunction. You begin to give more. And then you hold on tighter because you think that your softness is the problem. Your softness is not the problem. Your wiring is the problem. You were never created to earn love. You were created to receive love. And here's what I've learned. When your standard has been survival, peace feels unfamiliar because you have normalized inconsistency. You have called chaos grace and you're actually exhausted. So you confuse overgiving with love. So some of us, we are wired to think of love differently. What we think is love is not love. You feel safest in a relationship when something is wrong and not when it is calm. When a situation or relationship or season of life finally feels safe, it's finally steady, your brain goes, this relationship is too quiet, something must be wrong. But here you are with a kind and a consistent person that has showed up in your life. Someone that is not playing games. Someone that does not keep you guessing. But instead of resting in it, you're feeling uneasy. You begin to ask yourself questions like, does this person really like me? Why aren't they doing more? This feels off. Why isn't he or she expecting me to do more? Now, it's because you're used to survival. Sis, let me tell you, if all you've known is struggle, survival, peace will feel weird at first. But the thing and how to handle it is not to run away from it, receive it. Receive it. Because the truth is that peace is not actually the absence of problems. And let me tell you, you are not also a dumping ground. You're not a rehab center to accept chaotic relationships. You are a woman made in God's image. And that means that you are allowed to be loved without being drained. That is what love should look like. Let's look at what God says about you. I love the scripture in Psalm 16. It says, "The boundary lines have fallen for me in pleasant places. Surely I have a delightful inheritance." Boundaries are biblical. Jesus had 12. You must learn to create boundaries in relationships. He was closest to three. So even Jesus wasn't emotionally available to everyone in his clique at the same level. So you're not unkind for protecting your peace. You must learn to know when to withdraw. You must learn to know when to walk away from a one sided friendship or one sided relationship. You're not disloyal for releasing people who are draining you. The point I'm trying to draw here is that relationships, whether with your partners or with your girls, your cliques, it should not drain you. God is not calling you to relationships that destroy you. You need to learn to break the cycle of relationships that destroy you. So let's talk about breaking the cycle for both men and other relationships. The first thing is for you to slow down. Yes, especially when it has to do with relationships that there is an expectation of marriage. Don't rush, sorry, into another connection because you're tired of waiting. You know why? The wrong people always seem right when you're impatient. Be honest with yourself. That's the second thing. Ask yourself, what do I believe that I deserve right now? If what you think you deserve is less than God's best, ask God to renew your mind. The third thing is learn to live sooner. Don't wait until you're totally emotionally broken. Red flags are not an invitation for you to start praying harder. Red flags are not an invitation for you to start fasting. They are signs for you to pivot, to leave. Then the fourth one, sit with God and not just your feelings. A lot of us sit with our feelings, but we don't sit with God. Allow God to filter your relationships. There's this prayer I love to pray: God, reveal and remove anyone that you did not send in my life. So, in conclusion, it's not that you're attracting the wrong people because something is wrong with you. Yes, nothing is wrong with you. You are attracting the wrong people because a version of you still believe that that is all that you deserve. But I want to tell you that you're growing now. You're healing because we're having real conversations. So you're not going to go ahead and settle for the same that is less than God's best. Did this resonate with you? I want you to drop a comment in the comment section. Tell me what cycle you're breaking this season. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Please go ahead because we are building something beautiful here on Real Talk, Real Healing, Real Conversation, Real God. I'm IJ, and I'll see you in the next conversation.